Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another Empires and Puzzles video, and another month, another calendar. A little bit late on this one, but better late than never. So we have the calendar for December 2023 for all the Empires and Puzzles events. If you're getting frustrated with Empires and Puzzles, let me just say that Gemstone Legends probably has the things you're looking for. They have a mercy system that guarantees a legendary hero after a certain amount of pulls, and we're not just talking about a weak legendary hero from a pre-selected list. They have a wish list that you can put any hero in the game on to boost your chances of pulling that specific hero. They take into account player feedback, and many of the changes that have gone live in the game were based on player feedback or were player suggestions to begin with. They're even going to give you a free $50 starter bonus just for downloading from one of the links in the description. If the earlier stuff somehow wasn't enough, you can be a hero in Wars even just using rare heroes only. They have tons of events that allow you to earn free 10 pulls and other very usable high value stuff. Gemstone Legends really has a lot going for it, so come check it out if you're curious to see why tens of thousands of people have left Empires and Puzzles to come play. We have a new Hero of the Month, Liadria. From what I recall, I evaluated her when I first saw her come out. She seems underwhelming to me. There's been better Heroes of the Month, so not one that is a top choice for me. However, that generally shouldn't be the main consideration you're making unless you are just doing a few small pulls based on stuff you've saved up. If that's the case, then and you used a lot of the Heroes of the Month and that's important, then I would probably recommend waiting, but maybe I'll do a full review of her in a separate video because I'm just going off my memory right now upon seeing this picture here. So where are we now? So we have just finished the Secrets of the Opera. Basically, they came out with a fast speed Phantom of the Opera. The effect lasts for one fewer turns. I forget what her name is, Christine or something like that, the yellow on the right. And the really crazy thing is she's fast speed. She couples with Erlang Shen and triggers his effect. So either you can use two Erlang Shens, which are both at fast speed, or you can fire her after and she will proc the damage from removing his thing. So that's going to be a strong synergy we're going to see with a lot of people. So anyways, that's all done. Ether Summon is here as usual. We're currently in the War of Three Kingdoms and the Contest of Three Elements. There's a new hero, Cheng Yi. Don't know if that's how you say that. And then Xiao Jing is featured, which is probably going to make a lot of people go crazy. Those two seem quite good to me. The red has benefits, but with like no healing and with no direct damage, just a 50% crit chance, and then the ability to deal damage if she dies. She also gives an attack stack, I believe is the other thing that she does. So that's nice for like events and stuff. You can have some really powerful red tiles, but I maxed her and haven't really found the best place for her. Not to say she can't be used, but just saying that compared to the other two, she is probably the least exciting of the three. When she was in beta, she was doing 100% crit, and that would have been awesome, but they knocked it back to 50. Probably needed to be done, but all right, so yeah, those two are quite strong. Contest of Elements, we have Xandria. The 4-star is featured again. That is Xion. And then Iron Moz, the new one. I believe he's average speed 480 to 1 and all dark enemies and some other stuff. So per usual, pretty strong stuff coming out. I think Xandria is either slow or very slow. Quite good in rush attack, but this doesn't appeal to me that much. There is a pretty wide range in terms of quality of Contest of Elements heroes, some just being downright bad. Still better than, older Heroes of the Month or something like that. But in terms of modern heroes coming out now or recently, there's a wide spectrum with these kinds of heroes. So nothing too appealing there, and it's also one of the more expensive portals. All right, next we have a pickup summon coming with Snowball and Kushanku. Snowball's pretty good, especially in like a fast hit 3 green stack because you have a 40% boost to damage tied to a minion. And then because you're placing a minion, you're doing extra damage because of either the passive or the family bonus. I forget which one it is. Kushanku can do mindless attack for 2 turns in 4 tiles if you have a bard on the team and a level 29 wizard troop, so that's pretty interesting. I don't think you need the mana node for that because for a paladin it's only 2%, but nothing too needs to happen there. Tremors of the Underwild. Oh my god, they didn't even put a costume on him. Wow, that is atrocious. So 2 sniper costumes. They were okay when they came out. They weren't even that good when they came out. The costumes are not much better. You're getting a stat boost, but this green guy in the middle is pretty bad. And he doesn't even have a costume, so that is just ridiculous. Steer clear of that, please. All right, then we have the Covenant Summon new Construct Hero Shawl. I forget if that one was in my Construct beta video. Check that out if you haven't seen it. But it's also featuring the Pineapple Space Pirate, as someone in my alliance so fondly refers to him, and Ferris. All quite good heroes. I do have to say that fast speed heroes on offense are still better, though average speed heroes on defense can dominate. However, fast speed is still better there as well. Just because, as I've talked about many times before, sometimes that third match doesn't come and you can't charge those average speed heroes before these super fast defenses are ripping you into pieces. If you know what Shal is doing, let us know in the comments. I don't recall that one, but I think it was in my beta video. All right. And Covenant Summon. Doesn't that usually have 6? Maybe these are the primary featured, and then it'll be 3 older heroes as well that aren't known or aren't on the list. All right, Atlantis coming around on the 11th. Costume Mitsuko, that is a rough crop of heroes there. What is her name, the blue? Tethys. She was very good at the time, has kind of fallen by the wayside. Certainly still usable, depending on what kind of teams you're facing, but nothing too good in there. I'd say if you have coins saved up, you could use them, though it's still probably best to wait until there are better featured heroes, because none of these are particularly good in my opinion. Usable again, I want to make that distinction that I'm generally evaluating heroes compared to what is a common hero coming out of the game now, not are they just objectively bad for everyone. All right, so then goblins are coming out at the same time. We have Mad Hammer, who's quite good, and Leaf Whisk. Don't know what that one's doing, but again, if you know, let us know in the comments. Untold Tales coming up. We got a new hero in addition to Persa, and can I remember her name? Persa and Cedo. And it looks like Domaventus. Another hero, I'm not sure what they're doing. Consistently, though, the Untold Tales, or what is it? Something, Defenders of Atlantis. I think Untold Tales is the category of new seasons where they revisit old seasons, but this one is specifically Defenders of Atlantis. Consistently strong portal, very good heroes. You see them on a lot of defense teams, and these Ascension chests just seem like the best we've ever seen in the game. Not sure why that is, but if you compare it to like the older costume Ascension chest, it is night and day, where you can get 2 4-star items, Ascension items, in this Untold Tales Ascension chest, in addition to like you can get 2 free pulls in there as well, and that compared to what you get in these older ones is just night and day. So I think of that as one of the highest value. Keep in mind with the goblins that while if you pull 1, you get 2 heroes, they maybe more than halved the chance of getting that. So fewer people will get more of those heroes, if that makes sense, instead of more people getting fewer of those heroes. So it feels like it just plays into a gambling desire of like, oh man, but if I win, I get double. And it's like, yeah, but you're half as likely to do that. So A bit of a trade-off there. Anyways, the heroes are quite good. Growth and Wither are completely broken. So yeah, there's that. But the Ascension chest shouldn't be underestimated, because getting just free Ascension items in a portal with good heroes is also a good way to go about it. Judgment of Dunes, do not pull there. No costumes. None of these heroes. I mean, they're all usable again, same distinction, but not meta at all. Whereas Untold Tales, you're getting a lot better quality of heroes for the modern state of the game. Hopefully you've seen all the tournament stuff over there at the same time. All right, then we have Valhalla Forever. These older seasons are really starting to struggle. One of the better lineups here, Costume Alfreich, has insane stats. Granted, she's only really practical to use in rush attack, but they've boosted her damage, and her stats with the costume bonus are just ridiculous. So there's that. What's his name again? Can I remember? Grandpa Wolverine is named... Oh man, I can think of the character from the God of War game that has the same name. Tyr. Is decent. He was never that good. He had that gimmick of being able to revive, so people found a use for him, but his damage was so low. They've tried to fix that, but not that interesting. Costume Sif is pretty good, primarily with the synergy of putting her next to a slow speed yellow. So if you have slow speed yellow next to Sif, then you can charge them. I think she gives 20% mana still. Then you can charge them, the slow speed hero, in 9 tiles. So that's a pretty powerful synergy depending on what heroes you have. Yes, you can use this in other ways too, but I would say that is the best synergy for a hero like her. So not too bad there, but not the best. The new Owl Tower is coming up. Another tower, which starts to give the implication that, are the older towers not going to return? Like, are we going to stop seeing the Styx Tower? Are there going to be Owl Troops? They kind of are so biased towards creating new heroes that I don't think they really think through, when are we going to bring back these other heroes? And maybe that adds to the collectible nature that really drives people crazy, you know, when it's like, oh, who knows when this event's going to come back? I have to get this hero. But you don't. You'll be fine without him, so don't worry about that too much. They seem quite strong. There's a new mechanic here, which just seems like another way of describing true damage. So instead of having to factor in the defense of a hero, they just do true damage, like 540 damage to all is just going to be that much no matter what is going on with buffs. I don't know if it goes around taunt. It probably does. So interesting mechanic. Don't know if I can recommend yet because they're not even out yet, but all right, then we have the Costume Chamber, C2 Liana and C3 Aslar. That is wild that they've rolled out these new Toon classic heroes, and so far we've seen two Toons featured at the same time. However, now they're having one much stronger hero in terms of stats and bonuses, and one weaker hero by comparison. That is strange. I wonder if this will be consistent. So not very good value there. A lot of people are ascending these heroes just because it can allow you to get your team power over 7,000 if you double limit break all of them, but their stats are very dated compared to what we see now. So their specials are dated. Their stats are wild and quite current, but their special skills are lagging behind, so they're less good for that reason. Next up, Challenge Festival, TBD. Who will be featured? In the past, we've been seeing one new hero in here each time. Like Frog Prince, I think, was one of those. And then generally some costumes of other heroes. So we'll see who that turns out to be. It's a decent spot as well. I like a lot of those heroes. And then these are your... so Soul Exchange, I have heard, is supposed to be on December 22nd. So towards the end of the month, so prepare for that. It seems likely that they will tease the details of this on their social media. As they have done in the past, they show a silhouette of some of the heroes as they're emerging, so it gives kind of an idea. But there's people on the forum who are able to look at the code in the latest update, because it does describe, if you know how to piece the code apart, it does describe what those heroes will be. So yeah, stay tuned for all that kind of stuff if you like to peek ahead of time. I'll probably still do a recommended video, even though I can't do the blind react, which was really fun for me. But now I just can't help but see a leak of who it's going to be at some point. All right, here are your Path of Valor rewards, consistent Path of Giants rewards, and War of Three Kingdoms coming up. Well, it's in the phases of that right now, so you already know about that. And then real quick, we'll just skim through your tournaments here. So here's our current 5-star rush, no yellow. Then we've got 5-star attack up, or is that buff booster? Buff booster. No green, excuse me, no blue. Green will be good. 3-star, God, I can't remember what it's called. No healing and no resurrection. Bloody battle, thank you. 3-star buff booster, no red. And 4-star rush attack, no purple at the end of the month. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below if you have any particular feedback on heroes, or if you know what any of the ones do that I didn't know of. That would be great to add below. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed the video and found this information useful. It really does help out. So go ahead and do that for me. It only takes you a second. And yeah, subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. In addition, click the bell icon if you want to be notified when they go live. So if you're trying to make a soul exchange decision or some time-sensitive decision based on what's happening, you can be notified when I post my video, so you don't run the risk of missing it. And all that's going to happen is you'll see the videos that you've already subscribed for, so no risk there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.